Okay. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to your mat. We're going to get started today as usual in child's pose. So bring your big toes to touch behind you. Let your knees fall to the edges of your mat or to your space. And you can start the playlist if you haven't already. And then sink your hips back to your heels and your torso in between your legs. And if your forehead reaches the mat, you can start to roll it side to side, massaging out your third eye center. And start to bring your awareness to your breath, lengthening your inhales to a count of 4 or 5. And lengthening your exhales just a little bit longer to 5 or 6. It's actually been proven that if we breathe out longer than we breathe in, it can help us to turn on our rest and digest system. And it helps us turn off our sympathetic nervous system or our fight or flight system. I'm going to offer a number of suggestions today during practice, but please know that this is your practice. So please listen to your body and take what you need and leave what you don't. And that counts today and all days. Inhale, come to a tabletop, stacking your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. You can untuck your toes in this first couple of breaths. Start to just take some gentle movement, starting to take inventory of your body from the crown of your head to your neck, to your shoulders, your wrists, your back, your hips, your knees, all the way down to your toes. And don't place any judgment, no need to put a name on anything, just purely noticing what a sensation might be that's in your body right now. Maybe you have certain places that have a little bit more sensation than others. Come to stillness in your tabletop and make sure both pointer fingers are pointing directly forward, so they're making like an 11. Your fingers should be nice spread wide. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, cow. Exhale, cat. Press the earth away, curl up into your spine. Inhale, cow. Look up. Exhale, cat. Gaze at your navel. Inhale, cow. Shoulder blades back and down. Exhale, cat. Puff up the space between your shoulder blades. Come back to a neutral tabletop. Lift your left hand up and forward, like you're shaking somebody's hand in front of you. Now, start to shift your right foot back. Maybe you stay up on your toes, or lift your feet up, your right foot up off of the ground. You can flex or point your back foot, but do one of them. Don't just let it hang out in the air. Engage your lower core so you're not finding any kind of swoop in your low back, but you're using your core to hold your arm and your leg up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left arm out into a goalpost and your right knee out like you're a dog on a fire hydrant. Inhale, straighten both. Exhale, this time curl elbow to your knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bring them out to the sides. Inhale, straight. Exhale, curl. Inhale, straight. Exhale, goalpost and fire hydrant. Inhale, straighten and lengthen. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, set those down. Other side, right hand forward. Left foot goes back. Maybe you stay on your toes. Maybe you lift your left foot up off of the ground. Find length first. And then open your right arm to the right like a goalpost and your left leg out to the left. If you're on your toes, you can try just coming on to the inner edge of your foot. Here, you're just trying to open our hip a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Or again, if your toes are down, you can just bring your elbow back towards your back leg. Inhale, straight. Exhale to the side. Inhale, straight. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open it up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Inhale, last time, straight. Exhale, set it down. Nice work. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And here, start to bend one knee and straighten the other leg. And then switch it out for the other side. And take these first couple breaths in down dog to straighten and bend one leg at a time and switching it out. You can feel your calves stretch a little bit. As you straighten one leg, try to really push that heel down towards the earth. Come into stillness. Press down into your pointer finger and your thumb. And anterior tilt your pelvis. So try to tilt your pelvis towards your thighs, like you're trying to stick your booty up in the air a little bit more. Bend your knees a decent amount so that you can find more of that anterior tilt. Look back at your feet and then walk your hands to your feet. You're being a ragdoll pose at the back of your mat. Bend your knees a ton so your torso comes down almost touching or actually touching your thighs. Reach for your elbows and drop your head. This ragdoll pose is a great opportunity to completely let go. You can sway side to side, nod your head yes, and shake it no. For those of us, myself definitely included, who like to control as much as they can around them, it's wonderful every once in a while to truly just let everything go and let gravity take control. Put your fingertips back down on the earth and start to straighten your legs. They don't have to go completely straight, but just a little bit more straight. Take your right foot, lift it and bring it behind your left. So your right leg is crossed behind your left. Inhale, lengthen halfway first, and exhale, fold. And now we're just going to move our right foot again. So bring your right foot back from behind your left and then bring it up and over in front of your left. So you're just moving your right. And now your left leg is wrapped behind your right. Inhale, find length first. And exhale, fold. And take your right foot back to the other side of your left so you're in a normal forward fold. And walk your hands back forward, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, and then tiptoe all the way up to the top of your mat. Forward fold at the top of your mat now. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing, stacking one vertebrae at a time until you reach the top. Sweep your arms up, fingertips reaching towards the ceiling. Ground down through all four corners of both feet. And bring your weight back into your heels until your knees lift and your quads catch. Rotate your arms so your pinkies are rotating toward one another. And then relax the space between your arm and your neck. Bring your attention to your breath. Try to breathe deep into your low belly, your diaphragm. Interlace your hands, but keep your pointer finger out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, side bend to your left. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, a little bit of back bend. You can goalpost your arms and lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale, Tadasana, reach up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, bend your knees, and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. You can rest your hands on the earth or on your shins. And then tuck your chin just a little bit so you keep a nice tall and long spine all the way from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Hold here. Always an option to lower your knees in plank pose at any point in time. Same goes for when we get to chaturangas. Press down into your mat so the space between your shoulder blades puffs up a little bit. And then press your feet, your toes back, and your hands forward like you're trying to tear your mat apart front to back. Inhale, shift your weight over your fingertips. Exhale, lower all the way down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra pose, bhujangasana. Lift your chest. And press down on the tops of your feet. Exhale, release. Inhale, cobra pose. Press down to your feet. Rise your chest. Maybe you hover your hands up off the earth and pull your shoulder blades back. Exhale, release. One more, just like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes. Big inhale takes you to high plank or tabletop pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll flow through our Sun A, breath to movement. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, and travel. Top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Ground down, rise up. Interlace your hands, pointer fingers reaches up towards the ceiling. Exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale, a little back bend. Open your chest. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, hinge your hips, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, and this time lower all the way down to your mat right away. Try to make your entire body touch at once. Inhale, bhujangasana, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, and travel. Top of your mat. Fold forward first. And then slowly inhale all the way up to standing and reach up once you've reached the top. Exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend to your left. Push your hips right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, back bend. Pull your hands down. Inhale, Tadasana, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower all the way down to your mat. Your knees are always available. Inhale, cobra pose. Lift your chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, high plank. Press up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, walk, or maybe you hop, top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sweep the earth, sit back, and reach up. Try to bring your weight back into your heels, so much so that maybe your toes lift up off the earth. Try to relax your shoulders, but yet bring them back so they're closer to in line with your ears. Sink a little deeper. Bring all of your weight into your right foot and just barely lift your left foot up the earth and then tap it to the left of your mat. Bring it back. Tap it to the left. Bring it back. Try to keep your chair pose. Tap one more time. Bring it back. Nice work. Other side. All your weight into your left foot. Sink down. Tap your right foot to the right of your mat. Bring it back. And tap it to the right. Bring it back. Once more. Tap. Chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, lengthen your spine, crown of your head forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, high plank, and this time lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, bring your chest through your arms, and hold. Claw at your mat, so you're trying to bring your fingertips towards the palm of your hand without actually moving them, but your knuckles might rise. And then bring your upper arm bones back. Press down so much to the tops of your feet, your knees lift. Exhale, roll over your feet, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Flex your lifted foot and try to bring your heel closer to your glute. Really squeeze your hamstrings like I had a block in between your calf and your thigh. And now close off your shoulders. So for most of us, that means taking your right armpit back down to face your mat. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand and lower your back knee for runner's lunge or lizard lunge. You can untuck your back toe. And for this first one on each side, we'll feel it out. So maybe you roll to the knife edge side and back on your front foot. For the quad stretch, bend your left heel, your left knee, so your heel comes towards your glute. Again, squeezing that hamstring to get it as close as you can. Reach back with your right hand for your pinky toe side of your foot. And then shift your hips forward and down. You always have the option to come down to your forearm, your left forearm, or you can stay up on your hand. If you have the quad stretch, you can let your foot take your shoulder for more of a twist, or you can close off your right shoulder for a little bit more sensation in your left quad. If you have the quad stretch, release your back foot. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot once again. And then inhale, half Hanumanasana with your hands inside of your foot. So straighten your right leg and sink your hips back so they're just over your back knee. Try not to go back too far. You'll lose some of the stretch and some of the squared off hips. So we want to keep our hips square and over your back knee. And then try to tilt your pelvis towards your front thigh. Flex your front toes towards your forehead. Crawl back forward. Keep your right hand on the inside of your right foot. You're going to come up onto the ball of your back foot and then pivot your back foot into a warrior two back leg. So it is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Your right hand is still down on your mat. Press down into the knife edge side of your front leg as well. And then bring your left arm up towards the ceiling. This is like an extended side angle variation. We're a little bit more closed off than a standard extended side angle because our hand is down on the ground. You can gaze to the side or up towards your lifted hand. Try to pull your front heel towards your back foot and your back foot towards your front heel. And then press your front knee to the right with your hand that's on the ground. So you're pressing your knee away with your shoulder. And I feel a nice opening in my right hip. Inhale, keep your warrior two legs, lift your torso. It's a lot on your front quad. You may want to straighten and bend your front leg once you get there for warrior two. Front knee should be over your front ankle. Torso stacked over your hips. You can gaze over your front middle finger. Inhale, flip your front palm, reverse warrior, reach up, up, up towards the ceiling and towards the wall behind you. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to either side of your right foot. And then you're going to actually come up off of your left foot into Malasana squat at the top of your mat. So launch into your right foot and come into yogi squat. You can come up off of your heels if it's better for you or for your back. In your Malasana squat, press your elbows into your inner knees and your knees into your elbows to find a little bit more length in your spine. Inhale, forward fold with your little bit of a wider stance. You can heel toe your feet back into center. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, walk or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, open your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, left leg high. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Flex your left foot. Bring your left heel closer to your glute. Squeeze that hamstring. And then close your left armpit back down towards your mat. You might lose a little bit of your hip opening, and that's okay. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg high. Square off your hips. Exhale, left foot to the outside of your left hand. Lower your back knee. You can first start to open and close your left hip by coming to the knife edge side or your pinky toe side and back. And then for the quad stretch, bend your right foot, your right leg, and reach for your pinky toe side with your left hand. So opposite hand to the opposite foot. Again, you know your options. You can stay open in the twist, or you can start to close your shoulder, your left shoulder towards your mat for a little bit more of a quad stretch sensation. And then try sinking your hips down and forward a little bit more. And bring your awareness to the place in your body where you feel the most sensation. And see if you can relax it just a little bit more. Let go of the clenching, of the control you have, or that your control that you want to have. Release your right leg back. Bring your left hand back to the inside of your left foot. Come back up onto the ball of your right leg and then pivot that foot so it's parallel to the short edge of your mat. You're in a warrior two legs. Left hand stays planted, right hand up for extended side angle variation. You can come up onto the fingertips of your left hand if you'd like a little bit more length. Try to press your knee away with your left arm. And then try to bring your feet towards one another, isometrically, so not actually. And lean back. Inhale, warrior two, press down into your front foot and lift up. And you can straighten and bend that this time. Find your stance. In warrior two, we want heel to heel or heel to inner arch alignment with our feet. Inhale, flip your front palm, reach up towards the ceiling first and then to the back wall. Palm facing down. And then stay committed to the lunge in your front knee. You can gaze up towards your lifted hand or back at your back foot. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, launch into your front foot, bring your right foot to the outer edge of your mat and sink down for Malasana squat. Palms to touch, hands at heart center, and then I start typically with a little bit of a curled spine and then press into my knees and my knees into my elbows to lengthen. And then try to drop your shoulder blades down. Inhale, fold forward, lift your hips. You can bend your knees as much as you need to in any of these forward folds. Heel toe your feet back together for a more standard forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sweep the earth, reach up. We're just going to do one each side this time. Weight in your right foot, tap your left to the left, bring it back. Other side, right to the right, bring it back. Inhale. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk or hop back, chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Bring your shoulder blades back and down. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot to the outside of your right hand, but lower your back knee. Inhale for the quad stretch. We'll stay for one full breath. And then half Hanumanasana. I think I forgot this on the other side. Bring your right toes towards your forehead. Exhale, crawl back forward. Set up for extended side angle. Inhale, left arm reaches up high. Exhale, warrior two, lift up. Sink in on an inhale. And out. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, instead of touching the ground, see if you can come into Malasana squat with your left foot and sink down all in one motion. Inhale, fold forward. Heel toe your feet together. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk or hop back. If you hop, land with soft elbows, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, left leg high. Exhale, left foot to the outside of your left hand. Lower your back knee. Inhale, quad stretch. Stay for a breath out. And breath in. Exhale, release your right foot. Inhale, half Hanumanasana. Stretch your left toes towards your forehead. We're going to stay here for a second because I missed it earlier. Try to tilt your pelvis towards your front thigh. Exhale, crawl your weight back forward to low lunge, and then inhale for your extended side angle variation. Exhale lifts you up to warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, flip your front palm, reach up and back. Exhale, maybe try it without hands, right foot forward, malasana squat, sink down. Inhale, lift your hips, mini wide leg forward fold. And exhale, heel toe your feet together and fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the earth, sit back, chair pose. Once each side, left foot out and back. Right foot out and back. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, walk or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg high. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot to outside of your right hand, lower your back knee. Inhale, quad stretch. Stay for your exhale. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, release the quad stretch, low lunge. Inhale, extended side angle variation. Left hand up. Exhale, warrior two, rise up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, malasana squat. Left foot to the outside and sink down. Inhale, mini wide leg fold. And exhale, feet together, normal forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, hop back, lower halfway, or skip it all together. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left foot outside of your left hand. Lower your back knee. Inhale, reach back for your right foot. Stay for a breath. And exhale, release, low lunge. Left hand to the inside of your left foot. Inhale, extended side angle. Reach up with your right hand. Exhale, push down to your front foot to lift up. Warrior two. Inhale, flip your front palm, reach up and back. Reverse warrior. Exhale, malasana or yogi squat. Sink your hips down. Inhale, hips high, head down. Bring your feet back together and fold a little bit deeper. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, sweep the earth. Reach up, sit back. This time, bring all your weight into your right foot and then lift up into one-legged Tadasana, left leg high. Stay here. You can bring your left hand to your knee, or option to take peace fingers around your left big toe and kick your foot forward for extended hand to foot. Your knee can be as bent as you need or want here, even if you have your big toe. Whether you have your knee or your big toe, start to open your leg to the left. So you're trying to roll open from your left hip. Your knee or your foot to the left. Stay grounded down through your standing foot. And then take your left ankle and drape it over your right thigh and start to sink your hips back and bend your right knee for figure 4. Flex your left toes towards your knee to protect your knee joint. Stay here, or option to start to fold over your front leg. Inhale, lift back up, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, chair pose. Sit your hips back. All your weight into your left foot this time. Rise, one-legged Tadasana, right foot lifts. Take your knee with your right hand or peace fingers around your right big toe. Inhale, lengthen your foot forward or just keep hold of your front knee. Now start to open from your right hip to the right. Either you have your toes or your knees. We're looking for the hip opening here. Take your right ankle and drape it over your left thigh. Flex your right foot towards your knee and sink your weight back into your standing heel. Try to find your balance first. And if you fall out, if it's just not a super balancy day, that's totally fine. Just come back in. And if you'd like, you can start to fold over your lifted leg. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Right leg still lifted. Exhale, back down, chair pose. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, crown of your head forward. Exhale, plant your hands, walk or hop, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Bring your chest through your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, curl into yourself. See if you can bring your thigh closer to your chest. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot outside of your right hand. Keep your back knee lifted this time. So we're in like a lizard or runner's lunge with a lifted back knee. See if you can tent onto your fingers. And maybe you lift up off of your right hand and bring it just out into the air. I don't have enough room, but like into a T. And then maybe you lift up off of your left hand into a T. And your torso is really close to your front thigh, but just hovering like an inch. Set your hands back down on the inside of your right foot and pivot both feet to your left. So you're in a wide-legged forward fold. Find length first by lifting halfway and finding an anterior tilt in your pelvis. And then exhale, fold forward. Take a couple of breaths here. Do what you would like in your wide-legged forward fold. You can start to walk your hands back. And then once again, halfway lift, find length. Exhale, Skandasana to your left. Bend your left knee and start to straighten and lift your right toes. You can bring your hands to heart center, or they can always stay on the earth. You can come up off of your back knee or your back heel, or you can leave your heel down, whatever feels good. And then try to keep your hips super low. Inhale through center, and then exhale, Skandasana to the right. Right knee bends, left toes go up towards the ceiling. We're going to do that 2 more times each side. Try to keep your hips really low, and then maybe you play with bringing your hands and keeping them up off of the earth. So inhale through center, exhale Skandasana to the left. Inhale through center, hips low, Skandasana. Inhale, exhale, sink. Last one, inhale through center, exhale, sink down. Come back into center, wide-legged forward fold. Lift halfway, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, star pose, reach up. Exhale, triangle. Bring your right toes to face forward. Back foot is still parallel to the short edge of your mat. Shift your hips back. Reach forward, forward, forward with your right hand, and then tick-tock your arms to 12 and 6 o'clock. Scoop your right hip under and your left hip up and back. Squeeze your glutes to help open your hips a little bit more. Inhale, reverse warrior or reverse triangle. Reach up and back just like warrior 2, but with straight legs. And now on an exhale, we're going to launch in a half moon pose. All your weight into your front leg, and then reach for the earth or for a water bottle or a block or something if you want with your right hand. You want to have an open hip, so flex your back foot and then open up your left hip like you're trying to curl your pinky toes to face the wall behind you if they could. And then activate your leg and lift it up so maybe it comes parallel with your body. You can gaze to the side or extra challenge your balance and gaze up towards your lifted hand. Exhale, standing split, close off your hips. Left toes reach up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, Jiva squat. Bring your left knee outside of your right calf. Bring your heel as close to your glute. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, Jiva squat. Maybe you lift your hands up off the earth. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, Jiva squat and hold. Lift your hands up if you can. You got it. Weight into your heel. Torso off of your thigh. And now set your hands down and drop your knee to the earth and sit back on your butt. So your right foot should be outside of your left knee. And then take your arms around your right knee and just hug your leg into your chest. And drop your right foot back down and twist to your right. So hook your left elbow outside of your top knee. Find length first, and then exhale, try to twist a little deeper. Option to gaze over your back shoulder. Inhale, twist in the other direction just for a second. Now we're going to kind of shift our weight back and forth a couple of times. On your third time, launch back up into your right foot, lift your left leg, standing split. Might be a little bit of a weird transition. And then exhale, both feet on the earth, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, walk or hop back. Chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Shoulder blades back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose and thigh to your chest. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your left foot outside of your left hand and keep your back knee lifted. Option to try to tent up onto your fingers and pull your feet towards one another to really turn on your legs. Option to bring your left arm to a T. Keep your torso in this very low position, like airplane, but above your thigh. Option to take your right hand and airplane that one. You've got it. And then drop both hands back to the inside of your foot and pivot your feet to the back for a wide-legged forward fold. And same here, options to do what you'd like for those first couple breaths. Find an anterior tilt in your pelvis. You can take Skandasana again if you'd like, but I'm just going to give a couple more breaths for you to do what you would like in this wide-legged forward fold. If you went somewhere, an inversion or something like that, come back down. Everyone inhale, lift halfway, hands to your hips. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, triangle, left toes face forward, shift your hips back, and reach up towards the ceiling with your right hand. Inhale, reverse triangle, reach up and back with your left hand. Inhale. Exhale, launch into half moon. Right leg lifts up off of the earth. Your left toes should stay facing forward. Flex your lifted foot. Engage your lifted quad to help with your balance. Externally rotate your right leg. And maybe you try gazing up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, standing split. Both hands are on the earth, right leg rises. Inhale. Exhale, Jiva squat, right knee outside of your left calf. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, Jiva squat, maybe your hands lift up. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, Jiva squat and hold. Try lifting your hands up to heart center. Torso up off of your thigh. And then sink your knee back down to the earth and sit your hips back. So this time, your left foot should be on the outside of your right thigh. And first, just take a nice hug with your leg into your chest. Release some of that outer left thigh or outer left hip. And set your foot back down and twist to your left. Hook your right elbow this time outside of your top knee. Find length first, and then try to twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, twist, other side. Come back to center and start to rock your weight forward and back, forward and back. Third time, rock forwards, plant your hands, and right leg lifts up, standing split. And set it down, forward fold. Nice work. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Last chaturanga of the day. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, pigeon pose. Bring your right knee to your right wrist, foot to the left. If you know you prefer figure four on your back, feel free to take that now instead. For pigeon pose, you can untuck your back toes. Find length first, so come up onto your fingertips and try to open your chest. Try to actively press down into your front shin. And then drape your torso over your front leg. Pigeon, sleeping pigeon. We did a lot of work. You may have lost the attention to your breath during practice. As we slow down, it's a really good time to come back to that. Come back to lengthening your inhales and lengthening your exhales even longer. Once again, notice where your body might be clenching. Where are you holding tension? And see if you can send your breath and send a little bit of relaxation to that spot. See if you can let go a little bit more. And start to rise back up onto your hands first. Tuck your back toes. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg high. If you took figure four, you can switch sides. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. And exhale, pigeon pose, other side. Remember to find length first, and then fold over and sleep your pigeon. And start to rise back up onto your hands first. Tuck your toes, lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Set it down, downward facing dog for just a moment. Lift your heels, bend your knees, and travel through your hands to a seat. And set your soles of your feet down on your mat, reach forward, and slowly lower all the way back down. You can keep your knees bent, lifted up towards the ceiling. We're going to take a couple of bridge poses. Reach for your heels with your middle fingers just so they barely touch. That's about the right distance for most of us. You can start to shimmy your shoulder blades under you. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, lift your hips. And try to bring your chest towards your chin. And you can interlace your hands beneath your low back if you'd like. And try to bring your shoulder blades even more underneath you. And exhale, release. Bring the soles of your feet to touch and let your knees fall to the edges of your mat for reclined butterfly or Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your right hand to your heart and your left hand to your belly. And take this moment to connect with yourself. Let your jaw relax. Let your shoulders relax. And bring your hands to the outside of your knees and bring them together. And hug your knees into your chest. Keep hold of your right knee. Let your left leg fall to your mat. Hug your right knee into your armpit a little bit more, as much as you can. Then supine twist. Let your knee fall to the left. Bring your right hand to a T and gaze to your right. Try to keep your right shoulder down on your mat, even if that means your twisted leg lifts up off the earth a little bit and floats. That's okay. And bring your knees back to center and give them both a hug. This time, keep hold of your left knee. Let your right leg fall long. Hug your left knee closer to your armpit. And then let it drape to your right. Supine twist, other side. Gaze to your left. And try to keep both shoulders down. Bring both knees back into your chest for one last big hug. Bring your forehead to your knees. Point your toes, scrunch your face. And then exhale. Let everything go for Shavasana. Let your legs fall to the edges of your mat and take up some space. Your arms can fall by your sides, palms facing up or down, whatever you feel like doing today. We'll be here for a few minutes, and I will cue you out of Shavasana, so feel free to be and relax. And savor these few minutes of your day where you truly don't have to be anybody and don't have to be anywhere except right now in this space. No expectations whatsoever. Zero control needed at all. Let your tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. And let your shoulders really drop down. Let go of any tension in your neck. Release anything your hips are holding down to the ground beneath you. And start to deepen your breath once again. And find little movements. Maybe you wiggle your fingers, your toes, and roll out your wrists, roll out your ankles. And then reach up overhead. One nice long body stretch like you're just waking up in the morning. And roll over to your right or left side. Fetal position. And take a moment to recognize that you always have the opportunity to begin again. That the universe does have your back. And gently press yourself up into a comfortable seat behind soft or closed eyes. And once you arrive, bring your palms to touch and your thumbs to third eye center. Try to bring your awareness to the inside of your forehead, like you were looking at a movie screen. May you always be unapologetically you. Bring your thumbs to heart center. It's customary for us to say namaste to one another at the end of our yoga practice, just to say that the light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you once again for practicing with me today. Again, my name is Kelly, since I didn't introduce myself if I don't already know you. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.